Hi folks, Will here. Yeah, as you can see by the title page, I have been to MCM Expo Birmingham Comic Con and Memorabilia 2013, and I've literally been in for about just over half an hour, around about, probably about 40 minutes. I haven't been in even an hour and I'm doing this video. I basically just want to get it out the way. I'm going to split it up possibly into two separate videos. This is going to be my thoughts and my haul, and then I'm going to make a separate video which is going to be consistent of all the highlights and the footage that I took while I was there. But that's going to take a little bit of planning, because I'm kind of going to do it as I do for my auto assembly videos. If you've not seen my auto assembly videos yet, basically what I do is I kind of introduce the next clip, and that's what I want to do for this, because obviously you'll understand it a little better, because it was a confusing weekend for me, because it's the first time I've ever been to Comic Con, a Comic Con or Memorabilia. It's the first time I've ever been to it. And yeah, it was a very surreal and interesting experience. But yeah, it was my main thoughts of the weekend. There was some pros and there was some cons. Like everything, not everything goes completely to plan. Apologies if you see a cat jumping up this very second. No, yeah, we go. So if you see a cat coming in shot, I do apologise, that's my cat Lindy. She's missed me because I've been away. But so yes, okay. But yes, the weekend for me was kind of interesting. It was mine and Sam, because Sam was there first and came along with me. And come on, get down. And it was both our first time doing anything on this calibre other than auto assembly, because every year me and Sam, and we also got with Tony, us three, all we do is auto assembly every year. And auto assembly is all well and good, and everybody works the bloody asses off to the bone in order to get it a good, give us a good time, But we've kind of grown a bit bored to auto assembly, in the respect that this is our 4th year going this year. We've been 4 times this year, because obviously when we go to this year's, it'll be 4 times. And it's great to meet everybody, it's great to meet all the people off of YouTube and this, that and the other, but we've been doing that every year for 4 years, and we've done nothing different except for this year. And me and Sam came to the agreement that we wanted, well, to be honest, things didn't go according to plan. This Comic Con almost never happened. We was going to go to a anime convention instead. I've mentioned this on YouTube before. It was last year. It was my review of 2012 video and what I think 2013 will bring. And we were actually going in a week's time over the Easter period, not understanding Asda do not, under their policy, will not allow people off, because I work at Asda and they won't let people under their policy any time off over the Easter period, unfortunately. And yeah, that convention never happened. It was called SunnyCon, and it's an anime convention that was right up in Southampton. And we thought, you know what, I've never been to Southampton before, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting. It's probably around about the same distance as Birmingham, possibly by an hour, and it's going to be quite expensive, but it'd be interesting because I've never been to an anime convention before, and I thought it'd be interesting to check it out. And so yeah, we were going to go to that, and then I got turned down. Work wouldn't let me go because of it being Easter. Because Easter is a bit early this year. Apparently Easter is about at least a week early. it's like the second week, the second to last week of March month. It's usually right at the very end, but I think it's just a little bit early by about a week earlier than it should usually be. I don't know if that's true, but anyway. But yeah, it was we were going to go there and couldn't. So me and Sam were kind of like, fuck, this is going to be auto assembly again. And me and Sam really wanted to try something different. So we checked out London Comic Con. We were going to go to the London Comic Con, and that was in May, and I'm going away in May as well. And we come home. Well, the London Comic Con starts the day before I come home from. We're going to Devon, you see, in May, which is down south in the UK, and we're going down there for like a family and friends thing. And the London Comic Con starts the day before we come home, and it's kind of one of those things. And we're like, fucking hell, we just can't grasp a break here. So what we did is we checked the internet. Thank you for the internet. And we checked all the MCM Expos or Comic Cons or any conventions that were happening this year that were in the bracket that I could have the time off, because I've used my my owed hours for this convention we've been to, which means I had hours owed from like me working and everything, and still time off from like my holidays and stuff. And I had something like 18 and a half hours of time that I could have off, which is about three shifts worth of, or 3 days worth of time off. So we worked it around my 2 days off, which is a Saturday and a Tuesday, and generated 5 days out of it. So yeah, so it all kind of worked out in the end. So we ended up having to come to the Birmingham one, which we were thinking about going to anyways. We kind of had two choices, either the Birmingham or the London one, but we wanted to go to the London one because the London one is usually the better one, from my experience of seeing people's thoughts about the London one. And it's a bigger hall, it's a bigger venue as well, and it's more anime natured than everything else. But anyway, so I was going to go to London one, couldn't, so I went to Birmingham, and that's how that happened. So we're really happy that we got at least salvaged something out of what we wanted to do, and we ended up going to the Birmingham one. And I wouldn't say it was a complete and utter shambles. It was not. It was a decent weekend. The cons, I will say the cons straight out. You will see my thoughts in the highlights video, which I'm going to do separately, because I'm going to do 2 separate videos. This is obviously my thoughts and my haul, but I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing the highlights as well, possibly in a separate video. But anyway, but yeah, the cons of the whole things that we didn't exactly like. One, you had to pay you had to pay like £10 or £15 in order to get an autograph with some of the guests. Not all of them. There was possibly about 5 guests in total that you could have you get an autograph for free. You had to pay £10 or £15 for a fucking autograph. Now, people might be thinking, oh my god, it's 15 quid, it's fuck all. But if you think about it, if you're on one of these things where you only can take so much money with you, which I was, and my money was mainly for buying things, and they also, on top of that, they wanted £10 or £15 extra just to get a fucking photograph with his signature on it. It's ridiculous. Yes, it's not as expensive compared to some, apparently. We met J-Bot there, Jamie J-Bot. We met him at Memorabilia, Birmingham Comic Con, as well as Silver Moon and a few other people. And So we met him, and he apparently said he's been to a Star Trek one in the past, and apparently the Star Trek ones, if you want like an autograph, it's something like from 30 quid upwards for an autograph, and that is just fucking outrageous, really. That really is, but it's just stupid because it completely destroys the whole idea of going to this convention and meeting your idols. It completely destroys the idea. I mean, Auto Assembly is completely different in the way it's run. We've just been to a Comic Con, which means there's no sociability there at all when it comes to guests. But at Auto Assembly, you've got that more sociability factor. The guests come into the bar, and you know they'll welcome you to talk to them, and it's a lot more of a nicer experience in that respect. But we've been a Comic Con, you haven't got that. They're only there for a limited amount of time. You have to pay for an autograph, and that was one of the cons that kind of annoyed me. Also, what I didn't think was very good, a lot of the guests, a lot of them were well known. There was Colin Baker. Colin Baker, he was one of the Doctor Who's, one of the originals, very, very, very long time ago. There was loads. There was a character from CSI that went. There was, quite a few well-known actors, and only a handful, probably about 4 or 5 of them actually got a good reception. The rest of them that went, there was quite a few, but the rest of them that went, nobody knew who it was. Nobody recognised them, because a lot of them were young people. There was a very small number of people that would probably remember back something from them, and it was literally mainly all new generation, all people from like something like 13 to 14, right up to something like probably kids worth, probably up to into the 20s or something like that. So that was kind of the age groups that kind of went to this. And there was only certain people that they would actually recognise off TV, and it was kind of like, I felt sorry for a lot of the guests because they took all that time. Some of them have flown in from America, and some of them had to come from whatever, and all the commitments that they've had to postpone or whatever to actually make time to come to this convention, and nobody actually got a look in. And that was very, very stupid, and I think MCM Expo need to really think about that. Get some more recognisable guests, because there wasn't really recognisable for a lot of people. Also, there was something else we didn't like. It was extremely confusing to try and find things. Yes, there was signs for certain things, like certain stalls that was there, so they're saying, oh, come here, we're here, that kind of thing. So some things weren't exactly hard to find, but it was really, really quite confusing the way they laid it out. There was 2 gates. There was gate 10 and gate 11, so they technically opened 2 big rooms and completely opened them up completely to make the whole big area. Memorabilia was a separate area, and Comic Con was a separate one, but they all looked exactly the same. Both ones sold the same stuff as each other, so why the hell they've called it 2 separate things when they're not different? They're exactly the same. They've all got traders. They've all got things. You know what I mean? I just don't get how the Memorabilia and Comic Con are different. They're exactly the same. But that was kind of confusing, trying to find your way around when you're in a bit of a hurry. But other than that, there were the cons. There were the things that we didn't think were very good. Come to the pros now. The things that went through very well. The journey down was very, very, very good. Went down on the coach, went on the National Express coach again, and we're going to be doing that quite frequently because we think the coach is a lot easier to to go down with. We just can't be fucking arsed with the messing about we've had with trains, so we don't bother with that anymore. So we're trying out the coach thing, and we've done it twice. We've had no hiccup. Well, there was a slight hiccup with the coach this year. The coach that initially picked us up from Hull Station, I think one of the bulbs had gone. I don't know if it was a headlight bulb or an indicator bulb, but something went, and they couldn't fix it on the road. They couldn't fix it, so we ended up going on a complete detour, and we ended up going back into the whole bus depot where all the buses get like fixed and washed and stuff. We ended up going right through this the bus depot here, and ended up having to change to another coach, and we was something like an hour late setting off from Hull. So there was a slight issue, but other than that, it was plain sailing straight there, you know. It took 4 hours 50. It was technically should have been 4 hours 15, but with an hour extra late leaving Hull. But other than that, it was a decent way. It was a decent, very more comfortable way of travelling compared to being on a fucking train having to change probably 2 or 3 times there and back. And yeah, it was very, very good. We got the hotel booked in. Everything seemed fine because we booked it in advance, and we paid it all in full in advance online. So everything was paid for, so we didn't have to pay for anything extra. So we just clocked in, went to our room, chilled in the room for a bit. Then we thought, you know what, nothing to do until tomorrow. We went for a bit of a walk around Birmingham. And yeah, so that was that day. Saturday, we came to Saturday, we got there. There was a massive queue, I mean a massive queue on the Saturday. I mean, I kind of expected there would be quite a big queue anyway, but it was outrageous. You will see on the highlights when I do the highlight video, I've done a clean sweep from us walking into the area, and it's literally from the gates, and it just spiraled about a mile. Literally, it was really fast. And there was some awesome cosplayers there, really awesome. There was a load of stormtroopers. There was like different Star Wars cosplayers. There was a Darth Vader. Oh my god, Darth Vader was awesome. There was a couple of remote-controlled, fully functioning R2-D2 droids. R2-D2 and the other droids that were very similar. There was a few like video game characters cosplaying. It was absolutely phenomenal of how much effort was put into the cosplay, and it was actually all in aid of charity. It was Make-A-Wish Foundation that were actually a part of the whole cosplay thing, because a few people came round with was following the cosplayers, and you know, if you wanted, you could put a donation and you could put like some money in, you know, for the charity, and it was all a charity thing, and it was absolutely phenomenal, absolutely brilliantly well planned out. It really was. And then you got all that, which went very well. And then we finally got in. We had blue wristbands, which was, you know, to indicate that we was a weekend pass owner. And we went in. I was absolutely gobsmacked of how big and vast it was, as I was expecting it to be big, but I wasn't expecting to see as much as it did. I literally took shitloads of I took a load of photos as soon as I walked through into the arena, onto the floor of the actual expo thing, and it was just mind blowing of how much was there, and I absolutely was like, wow. You know, there was hot toys there. I thought I'd never seen hot toys in my... I never bought any though. I didn't buy any because I just didn't have enough money. But if I had more money, I would most likely have bought at least a couple. They were beautiful. And I have taken some photos and some footage of everything like that, so you will see that. So we, the Saturday went really quite nicely. I blew all of what I took out because I kind of paced myself a little bit, but I literally spent 120 quid within the first half an hour actually walking in, and it was all an anime. The anime is freaking sweet, awesome, and don't diss me people, but anime is priority. Anime is awesome. You cannot get enough of anime. Anime is on my mind 24/7. So I thought, you know what, I get more enjoyment out of anime than anything else at the moment, so why not? So I spent 120 quid for the first half an hour of walking through the fucking thing. And then that was that, and I spent a bit more as well, obviously. And I got the day 2, which was Sunday. There was also on the Saturday, well, both days, there was a Robot Wars thing. There was robots. If you remember, there was a TV show on TV. One of the actors that was in Red Dwarf, he actually presented it, and it was called Robot Wars. And a couple of the robots that competed in the show back in the day was actually there at the expo, and they actually demonstrated and fought and demonstrated how powerful they was. They had little ones that were kind of like little ones, and then they had these 2 big ones that were like boxing, and they could box one another, and it was a pretty cool little demonstration. So yeah, I mean the whole convention was fantastic, except for those couple of little things that we kind of thought could put a bit of a downer on the whole event. And also one thing that I forgot to mention with the cons, nobody knew exactly what was going on when it came to panels. We wasn't given any leaflets on the way in. Usually at a convention you're given at least either a brochure or you're given a programme or schedule thing. Usually you should be given like a schedule of what's going on. I mean, at Auto Assembly they do like a little schedule thing, but it doesn't usually work out as they should, but they do provide something. And they should have done something like that. While we were waiting in the line, someone could have just come along and say, "No, would you like one of these, would you like this?" Nobody did. And we didn't know what the panels was, or what time it was on. And we missed the main one we wanted to go and see, which was the Manga Entertainment, or Manga UK was there, which is the UK distributor of anime. The main distributor that works alongside Kazi as well, which is also UK and Ireland distributor. And so they were there and they did a panel, and we managed to get the last 15 minutes of the panel. What they'd done, it was right at the very far end of the bloody hall, and they directed this like little area with a load of seats and like a desk for where the guests go. And we went there, and you know what they did? They put a quaint little poster just on the side. You had to find it out yourself without any means or help of schedule or anything. They've just not printed out like a small version of the poster. That is one of the most simple things to do for a convention. Something you should produce before the convention even starts to make an appearance. And you had to find that out yourself, and I thought that was a little bit stupid, because a few people wanted to see the panels, because the panels are usually the main thing people go for, and a lot of people missed a lot of the good stuff on the panels. They missed their opportunity to ask a question if they wanted and stuff like that, and I was kind of like, that is really poor, very, very poor, really is very poor. But anyway, you can huff and you puff as much as you want, but other than those niggly little things that didn't seem to, that we were very happy about, the whole weekend was very cool. It was good. Sam had a good time, apparently. I had a great time, and we're already thinking of doing it again next year, but we don't know whether to go for the full weekend or just go for one day instead, because we went for the full weekend, and On the Sunday I was quite bored, even though it was still good, and I met like J-Bot and a few other people from that go to Auto Assembly. Even though that was kind of a nice thing to do and to experience again, we'd already kind of covered everything on the Saturday. We went right round the whole thing, and there was nothing new. There was just nothing new on the Sunday. There was nothing added. I thought they'd probably add a couple more things, or the stock might get a bit more replenished, but they didn't, and it was just exactly the same as as they'd left it from closing at 5 o'clock on the Saturday, and then opening then on the Sunday, and it was just exactly the same as it was. And I kind of felt a little bit, I kind of expected not much to really be any different on the Sunday, but I felt there could have been something added on, you know what I mean, but you know, it was one of those things. But yeah, I think I've spoken a bit too much about it, but yeah, just to elaborate, I had a great time. I do recommend, if people have been thinking about going to an MCM Comic Con or a British Comic Convention. There's a London one, there's a Midlands one, which is we've been to, which is Birmingham. There's a couple of them. There's like 2 a year. There's 2 London ones a year. So yeah, there's loads. There's like loads of little mini ones which are just a day, and there's some that are full weekend. So there's one in Manchester as well. There's a Comic Con in Manchester. So if you want to check one out one time, they're definitely worth a check, a bit of some attention. So please, don't be put off with my problems. I mean, when you go to one, you probably think everything's gone well perfectly, but it's just when we went, we felt everything seemed pretty rushed. A lot of the guests didn't even get announced until about 4 months before the convention started. So they were pretty late putting up the announcements for the guests. So I'm a haul, and I'm going to try and get the haul done as quick as possible, because I've taken much of your time up already. Anyway, first thing, at this Comic Con there was a few people that had self-published like books and comics and stuff, and I picked this book up by a guy called Mark Green. We had a good conversation with him as well, me and Sam, and he seemed a very nice guy, and he's made a series of books under this particular name. If you can see that, Grey Faction. I think you might be able to pick that up a bit. Grey Faction, basically it's just like it's kind of like a manga type like experiment. So anyway, so what I've got now, I got these from the comic book shop underneath the hotel. I've got 4 more. Sorry, I've got from 10 to 13, so I've got 4 more chapters of Bakuman. I've got this, which is what I've been missing. Another manga called Bio Mega. I've got the last one, which is volume 6. I also got the 3rd 3-in-1 book of Bleach, so it contains volumes 7, 8 and 9, so that's all the manga. Now, anime. I got this, which is part 2 of an anime called Shiki. You may not be able to see that very good on the camera, but yeah, it's an anime like a vampire type anime. Part 2 of it, that came out last year. I picked up the Blu-ray edition of the first 7 episodes of Tiger and Bunny. We're watching that online. I'm up to like episode 10. Next anime, I got this, which is Marduk Scramble, the first movie. Marduk Scramble, it's a cyberpunk anime, very similar to Ghost in the Shell, so if anyone's a fan of Ghost in the Shell, you might want to check that out. As well as that, I picked up the second one, which came out this year, which is second movie, Marduk Scramble. So I got the first 2 movies. Next, I got the first episodes 1 to 52 of Naruto Shippuden. The reason why I picked this up, I kind of went for Naruto stuff, the actual original Naruto series. I'm up to series 6, and I kind of wanted to pick up 7, 8 and 9 and 10 of the complete box sets, and I can't find any more of them anywhere, so I'm going to have to possibly pick some up off Amazon. But I've got the first Shippudens. Carrying on, I've got the Blu-ray edition special metal tin version of Ninja Scroll, which apparently I've heard is extremely well done anime. And then I got that Panty and Stocking, which is another anime that got released last year. The DVDs got recalled, and I asked the question to the manga guy, and the manga guy said that because this got recalled due to a glitch on the discs, and I told him, has it been fixed? And he said yes, it's been fixed. So if anyone's been wanting to pick that up, it's now fine to buy a DVD. And I also picked up the first 2 seasons of Code Geass. That's how you pronounce it. That's season 1 and season 2. That's the Blu-ray metal tin version, or Blu-ray version. So I've got season 2 of Code Geass, the launch of the Rebellion, seasons 1 and 2. Very happy at getting that, because I love the mecha anime, and I've heard very good things. So the last 2 animes, I've got the Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, because I've got the 2 seasons on DVD, and that's the movie to the anime. That's the movie, and I've got the 2 seasons. I just need the Chibi seasons or series that they released. There's 2 series of the Chibi collection, and I got this, the OVA collection for Gunslinger Girl, Il Tetrino. I'm currently getting all of it. I've got this, but I've got the complete series of Series 2 Gunslinger Girl, which is that. This OVA DVD is like a couple of extra episodes. I'm currently buying all of Season 1. I've got Volume 1 of Season 1 of Gunslinger Girl. I just need to buy the other 2 volumes. And that's all my manga and anime. So, yeah. So now, the thing you've been waiting for. I have indeed bought some Transformers. I bought myself a complete 1985 from... Where did I buy it from? All the Cool Stuff. All the Cool Stuff was there. And I picked this up. Takara 1985 Rodimus Prime. G1 Rodimus Prime. I picked that up. Bearlands, Zombie Bears, is basically a little comic story, zombie apocalypse thing, but it's just all teddy bears, which is actually pretty amusing. And I've got these 2 Transformers. I'm going to come a bit closer to you for these. I've got PE01R and PE01F. Frenzy Rumble, the 3rd party, Perfect Effect or something like that. I've forgotten what the company is, but I finally got them, folks. I've been after these guys for friggin' ages. They're so expensive, and I found them there at the place I got Rodimus Prime from, and yes, got those. Awesome. So I've got Frenzy and Rumble. I don't know if I've done that right, but anyway, Frenzy and Rumble. Very happy got those. I've actually taken them out how to play. They're awesome. And lastly, but not leastly, I got myself a t-shirt as well. Freaking sweet. You should, if you're a fan of Ghost in the Shell, you should know what that symbol is. That's the Laughing Man. And yeah, so I've got that. Pretty damn cool. Anyway, and that's that. That's my thoughts and my haul from this year's MCM Expo. And yeah, it's a decent amount. It definitely is. I believe that is everything. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your patience of sitting through this pretty damn long video. But yeah, thank you very much, and I will be back soon with more videos. I will be back again for a part 2 of this. Obviously, this is just my haul and my thoughts. So I'm going to be making a separate video, probably tomorrow, and I'm going to do that one on my highlights, on my footage and stuff like that. So yeah, so thank you very much, and I'll be back soon. See you later. Goodbye.